Welcome to the heat wave. In this video, we're diving deep into the heart of America's hottest cities, where the sun blazes with an intensity that tests even the hardiest of souls. From the arid deserts of Arizona to the humid swamps of Louisiana, we'll explore how people survive and thrive under some of the most extreme conditions Mother Nature has to offer. Get ready to feel the burn as we kick off our journey through the sweltering heat that defines these unique urban landscapes. Pause 3S. Our first stop, Phoenix, Arizona, where the relentless sun reigns supreme. Stay tuned as we uncover the secrets of life in one of the hottest places in the United States. Pause 3S. Let's dive in. Alright, let's kick things off in the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix, Arizona. This sprawling desert metropolis consistently ranks as one of the hottest cities in the US, and for good reason. We're talking about a place where triple-digit temperatures are the norm, not the exception, especially during those brutal summer months. Imagine this, you step outside, and it feels like you're walking into a giant hairdryer. The air is thick, heavy, and you can practically see the heat waves radiating off the pavement. Yeah, that's Phoenix for you. The sun here is relentless, beating down with an intensity that would make even a lizard search for shade. And don't even get me started on those sidewalks. You know how they say you can fry an egg on the sidewalk in the summer? Well, in Phoenix, you could probably bake a cake on that asphalt. It's that intense. But hey, the people here are tough. They're used to it. They've adapted, they've found ways to beat the heat. And believe it or not, they actually thrive in this desert environment. That's the thing about Phoenix, it's not just about the heat. It's about the spirit of the people who call it home. Now, when we talk about Phoenix's heat, we're not just throwing around random numbers. We're talking about an average high temperature of over 104 degrees Fahrenheit in the peak of summer. That's right, over 104 degrees on an average day. And if you think that's hot, wait till you hear about the record highs. Phoenix has hit a staggering 122 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like being inside a pizza oven. It's hard to even fathom that kind of heat, but it's a reality for the people of Phoenix. But you know what's amazing? Even with these extreme temperatures, Phoenix is a thriving metropolis. People find ways to adapt, from early morning hikes to evening pool parties. Life goes on, even when it feels like the sun is trying to melt the city. So next time you're complaining about the heat, just remember Phoenix, Arizona. It's a city that takes scorching temperatures to a whole new level, and yet it still manages to be a vibrant and exciting place to live. From the blazing heat of Phoenix, we're heading over to another desert hotspot, Las Vegas, Nevada, aka Sin City. Vegas is known for casinos, shows, and its scorching desert climate. The party never stops, even when the temperatures are high enough to melt your poker chips. Imagine walking down the strip, surrounded by flashing lights and towering casinos. The air is thick with anticipation and heat. Vegas doesn't mess around when it comes to heat. The sun beats down, creating a shimmering mirage. You're sweating just standing still, but hey, you're in Vegas, baby. Las Vegas isn't just hot, it's a record breaker. This city has seen some of the highest temperatures ever recorded in the United States. We're talking about a record high of 117 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hotter than a furnace in a volcano. And the thing about Vegas is that the heat is dry. We're talking about that bone-dry desert heat that sucks the moisture right out of you. So even if the temperature doesn't seem too extreme on paper, it feels way hotter because of the lack of humidity. But here's the thing about Vegas, it's a city that never sleeps, even when the sun is trying to melt the sidewalks. The casinos are open 24/7, the shows go on, and the party never stops, no matter how high the mercury climbs. So if you're planning a trip to Sin City, be prepared to feel the heat. But trust me, the energy, the excitement, and the sheer over-the-topness of Las Vegas make it worth every drop of sweat. Tucson, Arizona, land of the saguaro cactus, stunning sunsets, and some serious heat. We're talking about a city that embraces the desert. It's a city that laughs in the face of thermometers that melt from the sheer audacity of measuring the scorching temperatures. It's a place where you can rock shorts and sandals year-round. Well, there's a certain charm to Tucson. Maybe it's the stunning desert landscapes, the laid-back vibe. Life in Tucson revolves around the sun. When it's up, you stay inside. When it sets, the city comes alive. People emerge, blinking in the cooler evening air. Good luck enjoying ice cream without it melting. Even birds adapt to the heat. Locals have adapted. Wide-brimmed hats and iced lattes are the norm. Despite the heat, Tucson has a certain allure. Miami, Florida, trading dry desert heat for the sticky tropics. Miami pulsates with energy, from nightlife to sizzling weather. Unlike dry heat, Miami's humidity is a curveball, the kind that turns your hair into a science experiment, makes you feel like you're swimming through the air. We all secretly love to complain about the weather. Sunglasses fog up the second you step outside, like walking into a giant steamy sauna. Soak up the sun, dance, and indulge in Miami's scene. Life in Miami is all about embracing the sweat. You learn to accept that you'll never have a truly good hair day. You become best friends with your deodorant and invest in a wardrobe of lightweight, breathable clothing. Forget about ironing. Anything you try to press will just wrinkle the second you step outside. It's a losing battle. Trust me, I've been there. But Miami isn't just about the weather. It's about the energy, the vibe, the feeling that anything is possible. It's a city that forces you to slow down, to savor the moment, and to appreciate the small things, like a cool breeze off the ocean or a perfectly chilled mojito. Miami is a city of contradictions. It's hot and humid, yet refreshing and invigorating. It's crowded and chaotic, yet strangely relaxing. It's a city that gets under your skin, wraps you in its sweaty embrace, and refuses to let go. And just when you think you can't take the heat anymore, Miami surprises you with a breathtaking sunset over the ocean, a reminder that even in the midst of the swelter, there's always beauty to be found. Houston, we have a heat problem, and a humidity problem. Let's call it a unique atmospheric challenge. Houston cranks up the heat, thanks to the Gulf of Mexico. Imagine a sauna, but wrapped in a warm, wet blanket. It's the kind of humidity that makes you sweat just thinking about going outside. Air conditioning is practically a religion here. Despite the relentless heat, Houston thrives. Life in Houston is all about finding ways to beat the heat. Navigate the city through air-conditioned tunnels, appreciate iced tea, cold showers, and fans. Amidst the sweat, there's a certain charm to Houston. A city with a big heart and a can-do spirit. We're moving on down south, deeper into the heart of Texas. San Antonio ain't messing around when it comes to heat. This city, steeped in history and bursting with culture, is a straight-up furnace for a good chunk of the year. Average highs in the 90s, people, and don't get me started on the humidity. But hey, the people here are tough, they're used to it. And speaking of the Riverwalk, that's where you'll find some respite from the relentless Texas sun. From the vibrant nightlife to the historical charm of the Alamo, there's something for everyone. Now, you might be thinking, Chris, how do people even function in this kind of heat? Well, my friend, it's all about adaptation. Wide-brimmed hats, loose-fitting clothes, and water bottles. San Antonians say, "Bring it on, heat, we're ready for you." Early morning runs, misting fans, and iced tea. And when all else fails, there's always the swimming hole. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. So, if you're ever in San Antonio, grab a cold drink and embrace the sizzle. All right, folks, we're saddling up and heading north to Dallas, a city that truly embodies the phrase "everything's bigger in Texas," including the heat. We're talking about a whole new level of swelter here, folks. The kind of heat that makes you question your life choices like, why didn't I become an ice sculptor in Alaska? Dallas is a city that hustles, a city that never sleeps, even when the mercury is pushing triple digits. And trust me, it pushes those digits often. We're talking about average summer highs well into the 90s, and don't even get me started on the humidity. It's like walking through a steam room. That's also on fire. But, hey, Dallasites are a tough breed. They don't let a little thing like oppressive heat slow them down. They've got climate-controlled everything. Cars, homes, even those connecting walkways between skyscrapers. They've mastered the art of the walk, don't run dash from air-conditioned car to air-conditioned building. And when they do venture outside, they come prepared, wide-brimmed hats, sunglasses, loose-fitting clothing, and enough sunscreen to last a lifetime. They've got this whole heat survival thing down to a science, and honestly, it's pretty impressive. Now, you might be wondering, Casey, what do people even do for fun in this kind of heat? Well, my friend, Dallas has got you covered. They've got water parks galore, swimming pools in every backyard, and enough air-conditioned shopping malls to satisfy even the most avid shopaholic. But Dallas isn't just about escaping the heat, it's about embracing it. They've got outdoor concerts, festivals, and sporting events all summer long because hey, why let a little thing like scorching temperatures stop the party? The key to surviving a Dallas summer is to stay hydrated, wear light clothing, and find yourself some shade whenever possible. And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can always do like the locals do and grab yourself a snow cone the size of your head. Dallas is a city that knows how to have a good time, no matter the weather. It's a city that's full of life, energy, and a whole lot of sweat. So if you're ever in Dallas during the summer, just remember to embrace the heat, stay hydrated, and most importantly, have fun. Alright folks, buckle up because we're headed to Austin, Texas, the self-proclaimed live music capital of the world, and let me tell you, this city knows how to bring the heat, both literally and figuratively. We're talking about a unique blend of scorching temperatures and cool vibes, a place where you can sweat through your shirt during the day and dance the night away under the stars. Austin is a city that thrives on its eclectic spirit, its love for music, and its ability to handle the heat with a smile. But don't let the laid-back atmosphere fool you, this city takes its heat seriously. We're talking average summer highs well into the 90s, and that's before you factor in the humidity, which can make it feel like you're swimming through the air. But Austinites, they're a different breed. They don't just survive the heat, they embrace it. They've got this whole keep it weird, keep it cool mentality that's both admirable and slightly insane. You'll see folks out and about in the middle of the day, biking, hiking, even kayaking on Lady Bird Lake, all while the sun beats down on them. Now you might be thinking, how do these people do it? Austin has a secret weapon: water. This city is practically built around swimming holes, from the iconic Barton Springs pool to hidden creeks and watering holes. Austinites know how to find their oasis, sipping on iced lattes at a shady outdoor cafe or catching a breeze on a rooftop bar. Austin isn't just about escaping the heat, it's about embracing it, with outdoor concerts, festivals, and food truck parks. Listen to some great music and soak up the unique vibe of Austin, Texas. Number 9 on our list takes us to the Sunshine State, where dreams come true and the sun really shines. Orlando, home to Mickey Mouse, Harry Potter, and scorching temperatures. Average highs in the low 90s throughout July and August. Add in that Florida humidity, and you've got serious sweat. Orlando's a blast, even with the heat. Pack light clothing and stay hydrated. And hey, there are always the water parks. Now, Orlando isn't just theme parks and tourist traps, although they're definitely a big part of it. Outside the magical world of costume characters and roller coasters, you'll find a city with a lot to offer. There's a thriving arts and culture scene, beautiful parks and gardens, and some pretty amazing restaurants. But no matter where you go in Orlando, one thing's for sure, you're gonna feel that heat. It's just part of the experience, like those giant turkey legs you see everyone walking around with at the parks. So what's the takeaway here? Orlando's hot, no doubt about it. But with a little planning and a whole lot of water, you can conquer the heat and have an amazing time in this vibrant city. Just remember, sunscreen is your best friend, and those Mickey Mouse ears, they make a surprisingly effective sunshade in a pinch. Coming in at number 10 on our list is a city known for its music, its food, and its ability to make you sweat just by stepping outside. We're talking about New Orleans, Louisiana, the birthplace of jazz, gumbo, and some seriously stifling humidity. New Orleans sits on the Mississippi River, close to the Gulf of Mexico, which means it gets hit with a double whammy of heat and humidity. We're talking average highs in the low 90s during the summer, but with the humidity, it can feel like a sauna cranked up to 11. Now I know what you're thinking. Casey, you're from New York, you can't handle a little heat? And you're right, I can't. But this is different. This is the kind of heat that makes you feel like you're swimming through the air. The kind of heat that makes your clothes stick to you like a second skin. But hey, the people of New Orleans are tough. They've weathered hurricanes, floods, and more, so a little heat isn't going to slow them down. And honestly, when the food is that good, and the music is that lively, you kind of forget about the sweat dripping down your back. But let's be real, battling the heat in New Orleans is a full-time job. Luckily, the locals have learned a thing or two about staying cool. First things first, pace yourself. Don't try to do too much in one day, especially during the hottest hours. Take advantage of the shade, find some air conditioning when you can, and stay hydrated. And speaking of hydration, when in New Orleans, do as the New Orleanians do and grab yourself a refreshing snowball. This isn't your average snow cone, folks. We're talking finely shaved ice, drenched in flavored syrups, and sometimes even topped with condensed milk. Trust me, it's the perfect way to cool down on a scorching New Orleans day. And hey, if you're feeling really adventurous, you could always embrace the humidity and join in on a second-line parade. Just be prepared to dance your heart out, sweat through your clothes, and have the time of your life. That's the thing about New Orleans, even the heat can't dampen the spirit of this incredible city. So there you have it, folks. Our scorching hot journey through America's top 10 hottest cities comes to an end. From the desert landscapes of Arizona to the humid swamps of Louisiana, we've seen it all. Remember, whether you're braving the heat in Phoenix or trying to stay cool in New Orleans, always stay hydrated, wear sunscreen, and listen to your body. And hey, if you have any tips for surviving the heat in these scorching cities, or if you think we missed any contenders for the list, let me know in the comments below, like share, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, stay cool out there.